to the view. Y'all look really good wow, you look nice this morning.
You know, I have to say, this necklace is a birthday present from my mommy over there, Ms. Walters. I love it.
Very nice.
I tell everyone that she is my adopted black child.
Yes.
In case you didn't know the black part.
Yeah.
You know, so many people are adopting children from different
why
races.
shouldn't you?
And why not?
That's right. And you didn't have to go all the way to Africa.
I'm telling you.
No, I went to, you know, about half a block.
Speaking of which, President Obama threw out the first pitch at the All-Star game last night.
Speaking of which?
Because he's half African.
Oh.
Can we see the footage again?
I have not adopted President Obama.
Right.
Okay,
No, that's all right. So
I would if I could.
of course, wouldn't we all? You know, so he was at the All-Star game last night in St. Louis, and there was a controversy over whether he made it to the plate.
Right,
Now,
let's
here's
see
the
here.
proof. He...
That's in front of the plate.
Oh, go.
I played softball for, like, my entire life.
Right.
So that's in
That's
front
in
of the plate.
But I will say that is the most stressful thing to have to do, and I was so nervous for him doing it because it's just, you're up there, I can only imagine the amount of pressure. Everybody's looking at you like you're the
Is it
man, you're the
actually that
president.
hard to pitch a ball?
With that amount of pressure, yes.
Okay.
Years and years ago, and I can't remember the name, I should have looked it up, that there was a team that was owned by a man named Dan Burke in I think, Kennebunkport, in any event. And I was asked to throw out the first ball.
How'd it go?
Oh.
Did you did you cross the plate?
I threw it. See where you are sitting there with the red.
It landed right
I made it to there.
Did you wind up?
Oh, I was so... It's the most embarrassing.
Do we have footage?
If it is,
If anyone has it out there, please send it to me.
Really? We want to see it.
it's the most... It's very nerve-wracking.
It
Oh,
is,
it
you
is.
know?
I can only imagine.
Because what you don't realize is that it is very far
It's far.
away. It is because on television you think, I could do that. And then you get there and it's like, and you have to really get it. And there's none of this like...
But the expectation was high.
It's like you gotta throw. And if you're a guy, you're in deep trouble.
Well, he's also an athlete. You know, we know he's like, he hoops it up. We thought maybe he'd get it over.
Remember when he was bowling
I was just thinking
and it went down the gutter? You know?
Hey.
So have you done that?
What?
Have you pitched a...
You have.
Yes, I've
ball,
pitched.
yeah.
So
Did
why
you
am
make
I
it?
complaining? What was yours like? Were you good?
You know, I'm never good. I make it a point not to be good. Because I know that if I throw out two bad ones and then I go, okay, and then I get up and I lob one, they're glad it moved.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, look, she did it. Yeah. See, I have it all down.
You set the bar low.
Of expectation
Way
low.
low.
Very low.
Who gave you more than one? I wasn't given more than one chance.
Oh, you didn't practice?
Me, you're Barbara Walters.
Oh, come on.
No, they expect that since you are Barbara Walters of ABC News, that you can get out there, pick up the ball, and pitch it.
Yeah. Put a
They
little
expect
something on
Whoopi
that ball.
Goldberg's gonna, oh, look at the ball, man. It's really, wow, can I eat this? It's like...
Do not believe in expectations.
Now, there is a proposed ban on smoking for U.S. soldiers serving in the armed forces in an effort to discourage new recruits from starting the habit. Before I have anything to say, are you out of your mind? This is like the last thing they need to be thinking about. Oh, you know, I need a cigarette. Oh, I better not. I'm going to get in trouble. Stop. Leave the troops to do what they're supposed to do. You know, you really want to do something for them? You know, there may be two sides to it, but you know, if you're really all that concerned about somebody's health, don't send people to war.
Well, that's the thing.
You know?
Then you got people, because they say they're spending, it's $800 million on, you know, when they come back and all of the
healthcare.
You know what? If I thought they were going to give it to the vets, I might say it was a good idea. But I know that they're not. And quite honestly, you know, I said this to you earlier. You know, people, they don't talk about alcohol abuse, which is the thing that I can light a cigarette in the car, okay? And I'm 99% sure I'm not going to hit you. But if I have 2 or 3 beers and I get behind the wheel of my car, there is the utmost possibility that I could kill somebody.
The problem here, too, is that I think in trying to... I love how fired up you are about this, no pun intended, but I do think that it's odd to try to limit the freedoms of those who are fighting for ours every day. And I think that at this point, it seems incredibly picky to go in and tell them they can't light up if they're feeling a little stressed out. These are men and women devoting their lives to us. Let them off.
The inconsistency of this is interesting because remember when the Humvees were not secure, when they didn't give them enough body armor, so now they care about this? It seems a little hypocritical and disingenuous.
I think we all agree, but then I will just for the sake of balance, I will go a little further what you said. The Defense Department restricts smoking in military buildings. Okay, fine, that's their light. And they say that more than 80% of the $5 billion annual cost of treating pulmonary disease among military retirees is directly attributed to smoking.
Or gunfire. I mean, one of the two.
So then I said, well, that's reasonable. And then they go on. The report also identified, and this is where they lost me, strong association between tobacco addiction and mental health problems, mood disorders, schizophrenia, substance abuse.
What do you mean? From smoking cigarettes? I think it's true.
I think to try to tie
But
any
on the
of
other
that
hand, that could be right.
Cigarettes.
Again, these are
It's
men and women
possible that
fighting
is
for our
true.
freedoms. Let them have their own.
I say the same. Well, what about this? Because yesterday was the second day of confirmation hearings for Judge Sonia Sotomayor. And here's what...
to say it.
I do. I love that name, Sotomayor.
Name.
It's just like, oh, that's right, I'm going to judge you. And here's what she had to say about her wise Latina comment that has followed her since she was nominated. Take a look.
The context of the words that I spoke have created a misunderstanding, and I want misunderstanding and to give everyone assurances. I want to state up front, unequivocally and without doubt, I do not believe that any ethnic, racial, or gender group has an advantage in sound judging.
Vermont.
The other very controversial thing, I mean, they went through a whole bunch of things, and she was very calm and never rose to any of the bait. But then there was a question also of right to life, choice, abortion, and so forth. And here she said, the Constitution contains the right to privacy. It is the law. She did not equivocate. She was a little more blurry about the right to have guns.
So she would uphold Roe v. Wade.
She says it's a matter of law.
Of course.
I mean, she didn't discuss good, bad. I do like it. I don't like it. This is my personal opinion. She said it is a matter of law. The Constitution contains the right to privacy, and that is what they say. If they don't say Roe v. Wade, they talk about the right to privacy.
I loved seeing her because Sotomayor she's always spoke with passion. She's always fiery. So to see this Latina woman sitting there so calm, going, they are not going to get a rise out of me.
No, but she's not fiery in the
She's always pretty calm, I think in her judgment.
She is a passionate person.
Lindsey Graham, do we have any footage of him saying that she was a bully and that there were all these lawyers who came to her court and that she was nasty?
But he was reading, and I don't want to defend Lindsey Graham, but he was reading from something where this was stated. This is what folks said. It wasn't he wasn't saying that.
No, it was anonymous emails that were, but he also said that there were other emails that said she was not like that. He didn't read those.
But they don't ask a man if he's a bully.
You can always get them, you know, somebody to say you're a bully, you're strong, you're this. You know what touched me? Not, you know, I did when she was first nominated, and then she did it. Not yesterday, but the day before, when she sat down in the first place, and she again talks about her mother. And her mother was sitting like 3 rows. I mean, it makes me want to cry. It is just so dear, and what her mother must have done in her life to raise not just her, perhaps a Supreme Court
and
judge,
her bigger brother.
but the brother who's a doctor. It just choked me up. I thought it was lovely.
And I think that it's interesting to hear someone's background and be able to put their person in the context of their worlds and where they came from. And I think that with that assurance that she gave us, we'll now be able to make certain that she does not have any sort of any of those experiences enter into her judgment. She said it would help her listen,
that
but
the
would not have her
Republican
judge.
senators are going a little bit easy on her because the next one who drops out of the Supreme Court will be a conservative, and then they're going to go berserk on that. So it's interesting to see
It might
this.
also be that her when you look at her record, she's got a record of judging quite fairly.
Yes.
And I also think that, you know, you cannot help but bring whatever experiences, I said this before, that you have had in the world. And the thing, I had this conversation earlier, and I'll be really fast with it, but we were talking about this, and I said, well, if a white person grew up in the same neighborhood that Sonia grew up in and I grew up in, they would have the same kinds of experiences as we would have. So they would see things a little bit differently because of where they were raised. As opposed to someone, well, I don't think that anything has showed us that she's bent the law. I think what she's been trying to say is, you know, look, I can do it, you can do it.
That's
you know?
what she said